biggest problems I watch when people fight or spar is what they want to do is they want to take this step like this, and they always jam themselves. Like there's always this jam step. That step is fine when I'm here. It is not fine when I get in. Every distance you get in, your footwork has to change. So I'm going to show you some quick variations of this. So you have real close, right? Well, you have real close. At this point, if I'm going to step, it just has to be a quarter step. See, I just kind of bring and the reason I'm doing this is I want to bring my hip forward. If you stay like this and leave the foot planted, you can't use the hip. You can't drive. So from here, I'm just going to step. That's all it is. You got to make sure the hand is out early so that it hits with the hip. If you're so close, if you lead with the hip, your hand will always be late. Next distance is shuffle, where you just got to kind of find your weight and your mass, where you set, get on the ball of your foot, and you shuffle it off that front foot. So the front foot picks up and goes in. Now, you have two options with this. You could either hit them with your foot in the air so that the momentum goes into them. I'm going to exaggerate this. As I come up and I hit like this and I blow through him. Or you could shuffle plant, but if you do that, you then have to second step again to bring the hip. So you're kind of combining the first two steps. Shuffle step. Shuffle step. If you just go with the shuffle with the foot up, you don't have to do that. But if you're doing this, if you're just taking it, if your foot plants first, you got to make sure you compensate and bring it up. Also, if you don't like where you are and you're too close, you can replace feet. So let's say I have this hand and I want to hit him and I got this foot forward. All I have to do realistically is replace feet. 1, 2. So I took my front and made it my back. And by doing that, what you'll see is I created enough space now to hit him properly. I use this step all the time. Come in, replace feet. You replace feet. It's just a very simple 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. It's a simple 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Now, if you take a step back, now the shuffle's too far. So now I have to take that step, all right? So now I can do that long step. But you don't do that when you're close. Now let's take a step back. Now this isn't enough. So now I gotta take 2 steps. 1, 2. You would think that this would be, that people would understand this and know this. But from watching people over the years, they don't. You have to break down distance. You know, so many people spend time smacking heavy bags, but they don't spend enough time learning the distance on it. Why? So I'm gonna give you this so you learn it. Really simple. You can do this on a wall. You don't need a body. Just do this as a progression. Get really close and go 1. Take a little step back and go 2. Try it with this reverse. 3. Take a half step back, and now you have to take a step. Take 1 more step back, and then take a double step. 1, 2. You have to be instinctive and not think about where your feet belong. But I'm telling you from watching for years, people seem to always gum up the feet and they always end up in a spot that's funny or their feet aren't right. And you can't punch good unless your feet are underneath you properly. Now, when you need a partner, is how you make this better, is then they start moving to you. So now he walks to me. 1. I'm going to move back a little bit. He's going to walk to me. 2. Move back a little bit. He's going to walk to me. 3. Move back a little bit. 4. It's not enough to practice on a stationary target. You don't have to hit him. You just, when you're doing this, do it slow. What's important is when he steps, is you should check and make sure that your form is correct and your feet are correct. It's not, I'm doing it quick for the video, but realistically, when you're practicing these, you should do them slow for a long time and get used to the idea. And then your partner can come faster over time. And it's really important that you learn how to hit someone with proper footwork with 2 people moving. If you do that, your hits will